Sup guys, it's Friday and this week we are talking about, well, we've got three topics really. First one is, what's your perspective on like a gay village thing or like a gay hangout area um, solely for people of the LGBT community? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, pretty much? Um, Next one is talk about a childhood memory or story that you'll never forget, and the third one is what music are you currently listening to. I'll start with the music one because that's the shortest response from me. I'm currently listening to Metric, like all Metric songs. In the past, I just bought this album a few days ago, which is their new album. I'll try get one of their songs on in the background of this video to give you guys a sneak peek, but yeah, it's a pretty good album. Like the first time I heard it, I wasn't too sure, but it just like grew on me exponentially, and now I can't listen to it enough. um, the second part was the LGBT village. I probably worded that wrong because I didn't mean like just housing or an area for gay people to live. I meant like just a hangout thing. Hub is probably a better word to have used. Yeah, so an LGBT hangout area. I think that it could be a good thing because from the support perspective, if people are having trouble coming out or admitting to themselves, if they're gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, I think it'd be a good opportunity for them to meet some people and get some advice on how to go about things, and just to make friends. I guess that would be like another thing that people could get out of it. Some people might think that it's a bad thing because we're sort of like separating ourselves from mainstream society or like heterosexual society, but I guess you could even apply that to gay clubs or gay bars. Like, it's sort of difficult as to where you draw the line. Pardon me. So yeah. Yeah, I personally think it would be a good idea for the support factor, the chill out factor. Like, if you just wanted to go somewhere and, I don't know, just hang out, whether it's by yourself or with a group or something, could also be like a good place to get away from things. I think one of the negatives of it though would be if you've had like bad experiences with someone from the community or whatever, because it's obviously a very small community, it's bound to sort of even maybe prevent you from going there if you know that certain people or certain groups will be there. I guess that's one of the downsides. The whole drama part, that's always been a big downside to the community. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. I think overall it could be a good thing, but you'd sort of have to wait and see how it unravels because of the drama. Next thing is a childhood memory that I'll never forget. Now, this isn't really that personal, but I think that it's kind of a good story to tell you guys. Because some of you might see that I have scars on my face. There's one there. Oh, and there. So I'm just going to tell you how I got them pretty much. When I was about 5 years old, my family went on a camping trip to a place called Wilpena Pound, and we arrived there in the afternoon. As the parents were like, as our parents, oh, okay, so we by chance happened to run into this other family who we knew, and what happened is that the parents went off, started to make dinner and that, and then all four of us, the kids, were just like kicking the footy and mucking around and stuff, and so it started to get darker, and all of a sudden my brother got a blood nose. So as you do when you're 5 years old, I pretended to be the ambulance. So I was running to him, you know, like making the siren sounds and all that, pretending I was the ambulance. And another important thing to know about this place is that there were barbed wire fences on either side of the road, because the camping ground was like over here, and then there was the road, and then there were like paddocks and stuff where you could play. And yeah, so we were on the side like where the paddocks were, and the parents were on the other side of the road. And so as I was running to my brother, it was a bit late, couldn't really see everything properly. You know, at that time of the day where your vision's not 100% because it's getting dark and your eyes are used to it being lighter. Anyway, so I was running towards my brother, and then, you know, I noticed that they were sort of looking at me weird when I got to him. So I was just like I didn't really know what happened. And then I sort of remember, like, maybe touching my face, or just, like, someone said something, and then I realised that I'd run into the fence, and, like, my face was pissing out with blood. So we went and told my parents. Fortunately, since we were out on a camping ground, the closest hospital was like a good 30 plus minutes away, and due to it being nighttime, we had to drive slowly because of kangaroos and other wildlife which might be crossing the road. So we stopped off at a restaurant, got this massive ass bag of ice, and I just like held it against my face to numb it, and also stop the bleeding, I guess, to thicken the blood. Yeah, so we were in the car. Mum was freaking out, telling me like not to fall asleep. She didn't know that I hadn't hit my head, like, because none of them were there. They were just trying to be safe. So Dad was driving. We got to the hospital. There was this surgeon who, like, was the on-call surgeon, I guess, and she was like, I just remember her making me feel so calm and like not worried about anything. And so I laid down on the thing. She must have given me an injection, smelled like bananas or something, the numbing injection, and then just stitched me up. My mum was in the room with me, like holding my hand and all that stuff. My dad was just a wreck. He could not even look, could not bear to be in the same room, which is kind of funny. And then I was good to go after that. So this video is ridiculously long, so I'm going to wrap it up there. See you guys next week.